Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the day straight. The last half an hour of trade on the expiry session, where it's panned out to be a range-bound yet slightly choppy trading session. You can actually see the Nifty absolutely flat at this point in time, 24,754 with us at this point. The key sectors that are supporting the sentiments right from the morning are metals, real estate, pharma, IT. These are the four pockets that are holding up even now, with the percent gains for metals and the realty pack at this point. Even the broader markets, the mid and the small caps, continue to outperform the benchmarks right from yesterday and last 2 days as well. Autos also driving up in a positive lane. It's the India VIX that is now slipped by over 8%. So you can see a sharp fall on India VIX at 16.5 odd levels. So that's what is lending some comfort to the D Street. PSU banks, financial services, Nifty Bank as a whole, private banks, oil and gas, consumer durables. These are the pockets that still are reeling under some pressure. On the Nifty, you have IndusInd Bank that's now recovered 2% higher. That's despite the action taken by SEBI against the executives who were a part of insider trading and banned them from the securities markets. You can actually see Eternal, that's up 2%. Adani Ports and Trent also up and about in trade today. On the downside, however, names like Tata Consumer Products, HDFC Life, BEL, Jio Financial Services, Bajaj Twins as well from the NBFC space. Those are the ones that are some reeling under some pressure. Cummins India after the earnings is up by 6%. Deepak Nitrite after earnings is up by 4.6%. Prestige Estates from the real estate pack is also doing well at this point in time. Let's also look at the broader index, the Nifty 500 index, to see how things are moving in shape. Vito Switchcars is at 20% circuit. IFB Agro is at a 20% circuit. You also have names like Hindustan Motors that are driving up the show right now. Then apart from this, names like MMTC from the PSU basket, ITI from the PSU basket, that's also moving up in trade. Names like Unimec Aerospace, that's up 10% in trade. You also have Welspun Corp, that's up 9.7%. Shivam Autotech is up and about in trade as well. Strides Pharma is up in trade as well. Lloyds Enterprises. These are some of the stocks that are actually buzzing pretty strongly in an otherwise very volatile trading setup at this point in time as well. Let's also see when we look at the kind of names that we are seeing on the Nifty 50 and the next Nifty 50 list. DLF is also up by about 2.7% today. Jindal Steel is up. Swiggy is also up along with Zomato. You can see a 2.5-3% move there as well. Auto ancillaries are clearly doing well. So Samvardhan Motherson is also up and about there. Adani Group stocks, some of them are in focus. Adani Enterprises within the Nifty is up, and you can actually see names like Adani Green Energy and Adani Energy Solutions also up. Adani Power also improving in trade from the Nifty next 50 names. Apart from this, CG Power is up. Info Edge after the earnings has been consistently moving up. Pidilite is also improving. LIC after that very stellar move yesterday post earnings, you can see another 0.5% uptick on the stock as well in trade today. Let's actually now welcome our guest on board to understand what is the outlook on the markets right now. We have with us Nilesh Jain, Head and Vice President of Technicals and Derivatives Research at Centrum Broking, joining in. Hi Nilesh, a warm welcome and good afternoon to you. 24,800 with us on the expiry session, last half an hour to play out. What is your expectation for today and for the new series?
Very good afternoon, Sakshi. If you look at the expiry date today, looking at the today's move so far, which was kind of a lackluster, but in last couple of minutes we have seen a sharp spurt. And even if you look at the volatility index India weeks, where we have seen a sharp decline today of close to 9%, so that is again a positive for the market, supportive for the market, and we are of the view that we may see a gradual up move from here. Nifty is likely to touch 25,000 plus kind of levels from a very short term perspective. So any dip from here towards 24,700, 24,650 can be used as a buying opportunity. From next series point of view, I think Nifty is likely to move towards 25,200 to 25,500 zone. But yes, from today's expiry point of view, I think Nifty should expire somewhere in the range of 24,700 to 24,900. That can be a 200 point expiry range for the Nifty. Well, if you look at the recovery that we have seen towards right now, in fact, what we are witnessing is a kind of a short covering move, and this will extend further towards 24,850 to 24,880. Now, apart from Nifty's move, Bank Nifty, if you look at the structure in the Bank Nifty, we have seen a spurt in the Bank Nifty as well. So structure wise, it is also looking positive of 56,000 plus kind of levels from a very short term perspective with a stop loss below 55,100. Bank Nifty is also a buy. Buy on dip should be the strategy.
Okay, got that. Nilesh, let's start off by talking about some of the key sectors and stocks then to really understand the strategies that investors must follow. Metals are shining bright truly. What's catching your attention within the metals? Is this rally here to stay within the metals? Because we've seen very volatile moves in the past. Do you think finally things are shaping up well for the metals pack to see a one-way uptrend?
Right. So within metal space, first of all, if you see the Nifty Metal Index chart, which is currently trading at 9,347 odd levels, Nifty Metal Index has already given a good breakout from the levels of 9,150, and now it seems like it is heading towards 9,500 to 9,700 zone. So yes, it is trading well above its all long-term and short-term moving averages as well. So it's a buy. But metals can be bought on declines within metal space. Couple of stocks that are on our radar. First of all, if you see Vedanta, this particular stock, where today we have seen a spurt, and this particular stock has also given a good breakout recently. So looks positive for 465 to 470 kind of levels on the upside with a stop loss below 440. Vedanta can be bought. Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL is another stock that is also looking strong for 135, 137 kind of target on the upside. So 126 should be the stop loss for the long positions.
Okay, fair point. So that's the Nifty Metals Index. The other one is the real estate space as well. That's also buzzing. We have seen how DLF is moving. You have within the mid caps also Prestige Estates, that's up, Brigade, Oberoi, Sobha Realty, Anantraj. These are the points that are also in focus right now. If I have to choose top one or two bets from the real estate pack, what would you choose?
The stock that is looking strong on the chart is DLF, no doubt about it, because the stock has given a good breakout recently above its 200-day long-term moving average. So structure-wise, DLF looks strong for 820, 830 kind of levels on the upside. So stop loss should be placed at 770. So DLF will be our preferred bet. Apart from that, Prestige State would be the second preferred bet, given the kind of breakout that we have seen today from a big rounding bottom formation with a good volume participation as well. So Prestige looks strong for 1550 to 1580 kind of levels on the upside. Stop loss should be placed below 1470.
Okay, so that's as far as the top two sectoral indices that are buzzing the most and the key stocks from there that you can keep an eye out on. Let's actually look at some of the stocks which have hit a 52-week high today. It's Force Motors at 12,291, that's hit a 52-week high. You also have Lloyd Enterprises, that's up by about 10%. Wellspun Corp, that's up 10% too. Deepak Fertilizers is also up by 4.5%, 1514, again a record 52-week high. TD Power Systems is at a 5% uptick at 512. Those are some of the names that are buzzing. Anything which are standing at a one-year high that you believe is poised to even further move up?
Deepak Fertilizer, this particular stock, it also came in my recommendation list as well.
Okay.
A very good setup in this particular stock, trading at all-time high levels, and the structure is hinting that it is likely to move in the zone of 1600 to 1700. So right now, given the kind of setup that we are witnessing with a good price and volume breakout, so it's a buy on dip with a stop loss below 1420, and upside is still very much open for 1600 to 1700.
Okay, fair point. But you know, like you pointed out, I think this entire theme with early onset of monsoons is coming back to the fore. Fertilizers, chemicals, rural theme, consumption. Beyond Deepak Fertilizers, also, do you like any stocks which could be looked at from the monsoon theme?
Absolutely. So you have rightly pointed out the fertilizer space as a whole, where we have seen good momentum recently. One should eye in this particular space as well. So couple of stocks. First of all, Deepak Fertilizers we have already mentioned. Nagarjuna Fertilizers Limited. This is another stock where we have seen a good base formation, and could be possible that we may see a gradual upmove to continue in this particular stock towards 105 to 107 with a stop loss below 97. This particular stock is also looking positive, but the focus should be in the consumption. The FMCG space as a whole is right now in witnessing some bit of consolidation, but looks good to accumulate. So first of all, ITC, this particular stock is also looking attractive after yesterday's gap down opening. Looks like a risk and reward looks favorable in this particular stock. So can be accumulated as a positional bet for 440, 430 to 440 kind of levels on the upside. 495 should be the stop loss.
Okay, got that. I hope this has also helped our viewers out get an understanding of how to move forward with this theme. Let's also look at another aspect that we should be tracking today. That's the pharma space. That's also up and about in trade today. The pharma index is nearly up a percent. You also have Sun Pharma within the space among the large caps that are moving forward now 2% higher among those top movers on the Nifty. Then within the broader markets, you have Gland Pharma, Natco Pharma is doing well, Granules, Oro Pharma, right from the time it came up with the earnings. That's also in the focus. Lupin is up 1.5% today. Glenmark, Laurus Labs, Divis has been consistently on the move. So the entire pharma basket is also coming back into flavor. Nilesh, what's your choice when it comes to pharma stocks?
See, when it comes to pharma, our preferred bet will be the large cap stock, that is Sun Pharma, one of the index heavyweight. So Sun Pharma, we are expecting a gradual up move to continue, and today also we have seen a good breakout on our intraday chart as well. The stock is making an attempt to cross important psychological mark of 1700. So looks positive for 1730 to 1750 kind of levels on the upside, with a stop loss below 1665. Sun Pharma on declines can be accumulated. Apart from that, if you look at the stocks like Granules, as you have rightly pointed out, the stock is also witnessing a spurt today. And if you see in past 1 month, the stock has witnessed a sharp up move and started making higher and higher bottom formation as well. So Granules also looking strong on the chart for 550 to 560 kind of levels, with a stop loss below 515. It can be bottom declines.
Okay, got that. So that's as far as the pharma space is concerned. Let's also discuss the other, defensive, and that's IT sector as well. A lot of large caps and mid caps have also been buzzing off late here, 0.8% higher. In fact, even if we look at the top contributors on the Nifty today in terms of the recovery that we are seeing, 80 points up right now on the Nifty. Infosys is the top contributor with about 12 odd points contributed from Infosys today. You also have other names that are pulling up in trade within the IT pack, Wipro, HCL Tech, TCS, they're also buzzing. How is your approach on the IT space right now, Nilesh? Are you looking at, again, the erstwhile favorites, mid caps, Coforge, Persistent, KPIT Tech, maybe Birla Soft, or do you think this is also the time to look at the large caps?
Well, I think Sakshi, it's time to shift the focus to the mid cap and small cap ITs rather than large cap, because today as well, if you see the kind of attraction we are witnessing in mid and small cap IT names like Coforge, Birlasoft, and also Emphasis. So these are the stocks where we are expecting a follow-up move to continue. Specifically, the stock that we are liking is Coforge. A good rounding bottom can be seen, and this particular counter has in fact witnessed an outperformance as well within Nifty IT pack. So on the upside, with a kind of upside we are expecting is 8,750 to 9,000 from a short to medium term point of view, with a stop loss below 8,450. Coforge can be added. When it comes to large cap IT names, although we are witnessing some uptick today, but the confidence is not coming, because we may see some bit of supply coming in. So more sort of a consolidation, I would say, in Nifty IT pack as a whole. But yes, some momentum can be seen in mid cap and small cap ITs.
Okay, fair point. So that's as far as the IT pack is also concerned. Viewers, I hope this has also helped you understand the clear strategy there. Let's understand mid and small caps now, Nilesh. The outperforming ones showing a lot of resilience vis-a-vis the frontline indices amidst all of this volatility that we've been seeing over the last few days. What's your sense here? What is your top choice? Mid caps also now at days high, half odd percent higher. You can actually see the Nifty also bouncing back. So it's all across the board that the rally is inching up. 92 points higher for the Nifty, but it's the mid caps that are now up half odd percent.
Right. So today, in fact, since the beginning, we saw a constant decline in the IVs. So currently, IV is almost down close to 10%, and it is at 16.42, which is sort of
Correct.
a providing more comfort to the bulls. And that's the main reason. Because of that, we are witnessing a spurt today across all indices. At least in last few minutes, we have seen a smart rebound,
Yeah.
and it looks like more sort of a short covering that we are witnessing. So overall, mid cap and small cap, in fact, broader markets are giving more comfort as of now. Some bit of sideways move or consolidation can be seen in the benchmark indices, but yes, Nifty mid cap and Nifty small cap indices, we are expecting a bit of outperformance to continue in the June series as well. So as far as Nifty small cap index is concerned, this particular index has given a good breakout of its long-term 200 DMA recently, and it looks like it is heading towards 18,300 to 18,500 on the upside, and support is at 17,600. Similar with the structure with the mid cap, Nifty mid cap as well, where we are expecting an uptick to continue towards 57,800 to 58,000 on the upside. Now coming to stocks within this space, now if you see counters like graphite, where we have seen a good
Yeah.
breakout coming in today, and looks positive for a follow-up move to continue towards 565, 570 on the upside, with a support below 540. That should be the stop loss for the long position. And apart from that, defense space as a whole is also looking positive on the chart. We have seen good recent momentum in this particular space. So watch out for stocks like Bharat Dynamic Limited (BDL), where a positive move can be seen towards 2000 plus kind of levels. 1967 is the current market price, and support should be placed. Stop loss should be placed at 1940.
Got that. Let's focus on the markets. 24,850 is with us on the Nifty, nearly 100 points higher now. It's a very smart rebound that even Nilesh just pointed out. In fact, on the mid caps from the lowest levels, 350 points have already been recovered. So you can see the markets are off the lows and broad, in a broad sense as well. Now inching just 15 minutes closer to the expiry, 24,852. What's the sense that you will now give to all the traders now, Nilesh?
When we started our conversation, as I mentioned that this recovery is backed by short covering move, and it is likely to extend further towards 24,850, and that's the level right now we are witnessing on screen. So still there is some more room left on the upside, but I'm not expecting any major up move beyond 24,950, 25,000 as of now. We can see Nifty expiring in the range of 24,800, 24,900. That can be a 100-point trading range. That's the narrow range, but somewhere around 24,850 it should settle down. The structure from a June series point of view is looking more attractive now, and we are expecting an outperformance in the banking space, and we may see a new record high coming in the bank Nifty. So
Okay.
56,500, 57,000 kind of levels that we are expecting in the bank Nifty. So the focus should be on the banking space, specifically PSU banking space, where recently we have seen a good momentum in the stock like SBI, CanBank, BOB. So these are the stocks should be in focus, and sector as mentioned, banking should be in focus.
Okay, fair point. Got that. Smart recovery in the markets clearly. There's some earnings also coming in. EIL Q4, EIL Limited, that's Engineers India, is seeing a profit increase from 116 crores to 280 crores on a year-on-year basis. There's a 2 rupee dividend also that's been announced from the revenue point of view from 805 odd crores. That's jumped to 1010 odd crores. And you can actually see sudden smart move on EIL. Now 3.8% higher. It's a vertical spike that you have seen just in the last 1 minute as the results have been announced. 77 crores of EBITDA from that level last year same quarter to now 300 odd crores. So operational profits have sharply risen. Margins have improved from 9.6% to 29.8%. So it's a broad, kind of an improvement as far as the earnings are concerned on all the parameters, especially on the operational parameters that we are seeing. 219 now for EIL. What would you do now on this stock, Nilesh?
Sakshi, I just want to give you a disclaimer. This particular stock we recommended yesterday, and today, right now, we are advising to book profit with a gain of over 5%. So it's a good bet. Still, I believe there may be some more room left on the upside, but risk and reward is not favorable to buy at present price. Better to wait for some dip towards 212 to 210. That could be a good entry point. But still, if somebody is already holding the long position, can ride this momentum. There is still room towards 230 to 235 on the upside, and trailing stop loss should be placed below 207. So structure wise, yes, looks very strong on the chart.
Looks very strong on the charts. Wockhardt Pharma also came out with the earnings just a while back, and you can see actually the net loss has reduced from 177 crores last year to 45 crores now. And you can also see the revenue uptick of 6% has been seen, which is now coming at 743 crores versus 700 crores in the last year same quarter. We've also seen EBITDA, however, has now come in at 64 crores versus an EBITDA loss of 103 crores. So on the operational level, it has actually turned black. Wockhardt Pharma, 0.5% higher for the stock today, but you can clearly see the improvement coming in on the operational level for Wockhardt Pharmaceuticals. Let's also look at several other stocks that are also moving in trade right now. You have ahead of earnings as well, Bajaj Auto, that's moving up pretty strongly. Ola Electric is also up by about 0.5% in trade. Cummins post earnings is the top mover on the mid cap space, 6.5% higher. Mid caps, you have Oil India, that's also buzzing. Alchem Laboratories, there is a results impact. Samvardhan Motherson results impact. You can see a 0.5% uptick on the mid caps, about 0.3% uptick on the Nifty Bank at this point in time. Ola Electric is also up by about 0.5% ahead of earnings, so keep an eye out on that too. Paytm is up by about 2.5%. Those are some of the names that are buzzing in trade at this point in time. Anything specific that I have not asked you that catches your attention right now, Nilesh?
Well, Sakshi, we discussed about defense space, and
Yeah.
in last few minutes we have seen a good momentum across all defense stocks like Mazgaon Dock,
Yeah.
GRSC, and also BDL. We have already mentioned. So there is still some more momentum that we are expecting it to continue. Could be a BTST play as well. Apart
Okay.
from that, Trent is another stock that he's giving a good breakout from his falling trend line. Structure-wise, structure of the trend looks strong for further upside momentum to continue towards 5,800 to 5,900 with a stop loss below 5,450. It's a buy. And we have already discussed about Realty Pack. Within Realty Pack, DLF and Prestige, these are the couple of stocks that are still looking strong on the chart. And lastly, exchange related stock, once again we have seen a resumption of the momentum in the stocks like BSE. So Bombay Stock Exchange, MCX, both the stocks are looking strong. Specifically BSE looks positive for upside to continue towards 2550. That could be a new record high in BSE. It's a buy on dip, and the stop loss should be placed below 2390.
Got that. You've clearly mentioned defense, and we must mark a few stocks. GRSC, 7.7% higher. All time high levels, 3115 for GRSC right now. Zen Technologies, 5% higher. Mishra Dhatu Nigam, 5% up. Bharat Dynamics, 4% higher. Mazagon, marked by Nilesh, 2% higher. Cochin also 1.5% up. That's the kind of rally that you are seeing on the defense space, unstoppable at this point in time, and a very strong move. Solar industry is also up and about in trade. You have MTAR Tech, DCX Systems, Data Patterns, all of them up and about. So the defense space as a whole continues to be a top favorite at this point in time as well. Let's also discuss the PSU stocks, barring the PSU banks that you also mentioned. Within PSUs, are you liking any stocks particularly, Nilesh?
See, within PSU banks is something that we are liking, that we have mentioned. PSU banks, SBI, Ken Bank, and also Indian Bank. These are the few names that are looking positive. So watch out for these stocks. Apart from that, one particular stock that is also looking positive is Concor Container Corporation. A good rounding bottom formation can be seen in this particular stock. It can be a good BTST play with a stop loss below 765, and upside is open up for 800 to 820 on the upside. So watch out for this particular stock as well. And PSU defense stocks we have already mentioned. So yes, these are the stocks that are looking positive.
Okay, got that. Since you talked about one BTST trade, it's 322. Let's take some other names as well. Do you have any more BTST calls?
See, apart from that, we already mentioned about Trent as well. Paytm, a good bet, BTST,
Okay.
because this particular counter after a long time is giving a good close above near about 880. So we may see a follow-up move in this particular stock towards 900 to 910 with a stop loss below 865. Paytm can also be looked at from a BTST point of view. And another stock that is on my radar is SBFC. SBFC is currently trading at 111, and this particular stock has given a good consolidation breakout. So since listing, it was stuck in a very tight range. Almost it's been more than 1.5 years. The stock was constantly facing resistance near about 100. So those levels have been crossed. So on the upside, we are expecting momentum towards 115 to 118. Could be a delivery bet, not from a BTST point of view, with a stop loss below 106. SBFC is can also be bought.
Okay, fair point. We'll definitely keep an eye out on that too. Let's look at some of the other pockets then to see. So, barring PSU banks and FMCG, rest all of the sectors have recovered, guys. So, it's the Nifty bank that Nilesh clearly pointed out that the recovery is getting stemming from. So, you can clearly see about 0.4% uptake. Private sector banks, you have financial services also improving. Just PSU stocks within the banking space and FMCG slightly lower, but rest of the pockets are all up and about in trade at this point in time. Let me discuss IndusInd Bank with you. IndusInd Bank has been in a trouble zone for the last couple of months with the news flows coming in. Today also there was this big news flow that former executives and senior executives have been barred from securities markets for insider trading. 2.5% higher. Stock was smart enough to recover right after the news. Do you think large part of the negatives are already priced in? We saw a 640 around kind of a low that the stock hit after the news flows had come in because of the discrepancies and stuff. Then there was the earnings reaction, and now the final news that has come in as SEBI action coming in. But the stock was smart to recover. Now at 825, what would you do?
See, Sakshi, although there may be possibility of some momentum, but I still believe that there could be possibility of another round of selling at the high levels.
Okay.
From a positional perspective, if somebody is looking to make an investment from next 6 to 8 months or 1 year time frame kind of horizon, I think it's a good action. I think we may see a follow-up move towards 835 to 840 on the upside, and it has a very good support at 791. So with a stop loss below 791, it can be bought purely from a trading perspective. From a medium term perspective, I think one should be cautious because the stock has multiple resistances and multiple hurdles. Could be possible that we may see some selling pressure at the high levels.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped all our viewers out. We're just 4 minutes away from the day's close, the expiry close as well. Any suggestion now, Nilesh, when it comes to the outlook now and the strategies that investors must follow for the June series?
Well, Sakshi, first of all, if you see the May series so far, which span out on a positive note, for the third consecutive months of gain we have seen in the Nifty after a fall of almost 5 months from the highs. So it's a good recovery that we have seen so far back to back on the third month, and we are expecting a follow-up move to continue as far as Nifty is concerned towards the levels of 25,200 to 25,500 in the June series. But the strategy should be to buy on decline. One should not chase the momentum, better to wait for some meaningful correction to accumulate quality stocks. The VIX have also cooled off, so that is again giving kind of a relief to the bulls. So overall, we are expecting a positive June series as well after a good May series we have seen. Specifically, we are expecting an outperformance in the Bank Nifty. A new record high was seen in the Bank Nifty in the May series. Momentum should continue from here towards 56,500 to 57,000, and I won't be surprised if we see levels beyond 57,000 in the June series in the Bank Nifty. So quite optimistic about Bank Nifty's outperformance, and specifically after participation from the heavyweights counters like Kotak, Axis, ICICI, HDFC. Across all private sector banks, we are witnessing a good participation. Not only that, we have also seen a good momentum in the PSU banks as well. So across all banking names, we are getting a positive cues. On the back of that, we are quite optimistic on the Bank Nifty's outperformance.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also helped our viewers out. Thank you so much, Nilesh. Always a pleasure to have you. And what a fantastic note to end our conversation. And we have spurted up 24,880 now on the Nifty, a sudden smart recovery that's taken place over the last 15 minutes of trade, a remarkable one on the Nifty Bank, on the broader markets across the sectors. You are seeing a smart move, half odd percent higher now for the Nifty at 24,880 odd levels. Let's quickly look at the top contributors on the Nifty. HDFC Bank has smartly moved up. It's contributing 24 points to the gains. ICICI Bank about 12 points to the gains. Infosys about 12 points to the gains. Reliance is contributing nearly 10 points to the gains today on the Nifty. Sun Pharma is contributing 9 points. Axis Bank, Eternal, Kotak Mahindra Bank, Bharti Airtel, the top 7-8 movers and contributors to the Nifty smart recovery. 24,885 right now, 133. So all those last couple of days, pessimism, volatility due to the month end has actually seen into a short covering that has taken place now. Half odd percent higher. You can clearly see that we have crossed over from the opening highs and now we are further up. And a very smart recovery has taken place into the markets across the board. Let's also pull up Nifty Bank. It's a similar chart that you will see for the Nifty Bank as well on the recovery that's taken place. Largely Nifty Bank was hovering lower, but look at the last 15 minutes and 0.6% higher. It's even better than the Nifty in terms of the gains that are coming in. On the mid and the small caps also 0.6% of gains can be seen on each of them. Top Nifty gainers are IndusInd Bank, Eternal, Adani Ports, almost 2% higher. Sun Pharma, Trent, Tech Mahindra. Those are the top movers on the Nifty gains that we are seeing. Banking space, you have IndusInd, Axis, Kotak Mahindra, HDFC, ICICI that are moving about. Even PSU names like SBI and PNB are up and about in trade. So over 435 points higher for the Sensex, 116 points up for the Nifty. And, you're seeing substantial momentum even on the Nifty Bank, Nifty Mid Cap and the Small Cap indices at this point in time. Let's look at, the sectors. Metals, Realty, Pharma remain as the top movers, barring PSU banks and FMCG. Rest all of the sectors move up in trade. So that's how the screen has frozen, 24,880 in front of you viewers, and it's panned out to be a rather positive expiry that we have seen in trade today. Many stocks within the broader set of the markets that moved up today. MMTC 20% higher, Vito Switchgears, IFB Agro in trade today. Smart moves, Hindustan Motors 11% up, Shivam Autotech, Welspun Corp, Unimec Aerospace, and we've also seen India Pesticides, all of these stocks that moved up pretty smartly in trade today. With that, the expiry session is drawn to a close. Tomorrow we will have the first day of the June series and we'll see how the series really pans out in trade. As for the series on May, we've actually seen positive flows coming in from the FIIs. We've also seen that the markets had considerable amount of improvement. It has seen 24,000. It has also seen 25,000. But let's see whether sustainably 25,000 gets to be seen in the June series. We'll leave you at that. Many thanks for tuning in. But do stay tuned on to Business Today Television. A lot more for you to catch up from the world of business and economics.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to you on Business Today Television. We are now on the last day of May F&O expiry for Nifty, its constituents, and of course all the stock futures that are listed on the National Stock Exchange. For the moment, it's a flat trade, and it's a disappointing trade as well because we had strong cues coming in from at least index futures on Wall Street after they reacted very, very positively on a development of a US court which said that the things that Mr. Trump is doing as far as tariffs are concerned is not within the ambit of law as of now. Wall Street reacted very, very positively. Of course, the US President's office will appeal in a higher court, but for that moment there was a fairly hectic uptick as far as Wall Street index futures were concerned. It did not translate onto the Lal Street, even though Asian markets were a little positive. But for now, it's the exact expiry date trade that is panning out on the Lal Street. Nifty is not being allowed to slip below 24,750, 24,730, 24,800 is the battleground as far as bulls and bears are concerned. Of course, it's been in a tight, narrow range from 12th of May when it tried to overcome 25,100, but failed, made 4 attempts to overcome 25,000, but very, very strong option writing at 25,000, preventing bulls from taking it away from bears, and very, very strong put writing at 24,800, 750, 700, which prevents the downside. So we are caught in this narrow range as far as markets are concerned for the last 10-12 sessions. But